there, guys. Welcome back to Younes Talks Football. I hope all of you are doing well as we get into transfer video. Arsenal, you guys are the Premier League champions. What in the blue hell is going on? Yeah, what's happened? Where is the leverage? Where is the ambition? This was meant to be a bit of a walk in the park, I have to be honest. You're the Premier League champions. There's not much competition. Arsenal's the place to be. Champions League finalists. Do you know what I mean? At that point, just, everyone roll in. Put your applications in, basically. You haven't even got to try hard. Well, this transfer window has not been going well at all for Arsenal. And you're even getting other clubs that don't have European football that are pipping Arsenal to targets. Let alone some of the other bits of transfer news that we're hearing today. And it's just not going well at all. Now, we're going to get into all of it in terms of what's already been done, what is currently happening, and I'll give you my thoughts on Arsenal as a whole and why is it they're moving like this. Well, before we do, a quick word from the channel sponsor. Big up to Oxford Natural. Thank you very much to Oxford Natural. And Oxford Natural, who have launched their optimum day and night range that you guys need to get on. First link in the description takes you right there, but for you during the day, first thing in the morning with your breakfast, and secondly at night before you go to bed. These will help with your mental well-being, your physical well-being. Many people who have been on various transformations or different journeys, whether it's weight loss, it's transformation, it's whatever. You can go and check out those case studies on those websites from fellow YouTubers, other personalities, even ex-footballers, ex-pros that have seen massive differences, 100% organic, right? And this is my batch, by the way, so you'll see from my experience eventually as well, because I've started. But and I have to say, I can feel, but you'll see in the long run, there's always going to be results in the long run. Make sure you go and check out the link in the description. First link right there, much appreciated. You got a discount for you guys because you're coming from the channel. So thank you to Oxford Natural, much appreciated. Let's get cracking. I want to show you this. And this is from a prominent Arsenal page, right? And safe to say they got a few things wrong. But overall, we know how reliable the page has been over a long distance of time. But it's screaming big issues for Arsenal Football Club right now. Now, the window's not closed, right? There's still quite a bit of way to go in the window. But from the Premier League champions, you don't expect this. Let's hear from Hand of Arsenal. Arsenal maintains strong interest in Konsa. Lacroix interest cooled a while back after I reported it. Can I just say, because obviously on the Chelsea end, I'm a Chelsea fan, so if you're watching here and you don't know, I've got Younes Talks Chelsea, which is my bigger channel, right? Go and check that out, link in the description. But I talk about what's going on over there. Lacroix is about to sign for Chelsea Football Club. It's already done, right? So, yeah, that's been sorted. Morgan Rogers we're going to come to in a bit, but let's keep reading. The club also held interest in Jacobo Ramon, but Como have no intention to sell given their Champions League exploits. That's another one we were also looking at, by the way. And yeah, they're not selling. Newcastle remain firm on their valuation of Bruno Guimaraes, 80 to 85 million minimum. Bruno Guimaraes is legitimately, unlike Morgan Rogers, you lot heard wrong about Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers, like it's been said by Hand of Arsenal, apparently it's happening. He wants Arsenal. Everything's in place. It was never in place. We now know that. It was never in place. He wanted Chelsea. He's interested in Arsenal. Don't get it twisted. It's Arsenal. How can he not be? But the moment Chelsea actually made a move properly, and he knew there was a possibility, and Alonso spoke with him, Igbali got the deal done, it was done instantly. Cole Palmer's basically best friends with him. He was always going to choose Chelsea if Chelsea showed interest, despite Chelsea have no European football. That's just the preference of the player. Bruno Guimaraes is not the same thing here. Bruno Guimaraes, or Guimaraes, however you're going to pronounce, okay? But Bruno is waiting for Arsenal. He's waiting for Arsenal. 80, 85 million minimum is the fee. What are you waiting for? Do you know what I mean? This is the problem. What are Arsenal waiting for? You know? Now, Bruno Guimaraes apparently is all ears for other options if Arsenal doesn't happen. Now, what does this mean? Newcastle have to honestly get rid. Newcastle are suffering here. Everyone's leaving Newcastle. But Bruno wants to leave Newcastle. End of. That's his main priority, right? To get out of Newcastle. He'd prefer Arsenal. But right now, nothing's budging because Arsenal are penny pinching. What's with the penny pinching? And there's more penny pinching that we're going to talk about later. But let's keep reading. Martinelli is for sale. Makes sense because Trossard has left and Arsenal do want a left winger. Okay, fair enough. They're getting rid of both. They're looking to get others in. Okay. Arsenal were told 80 to 100 mil gets it done for Morgan during May-June time. This was relayed to Berta via agents. Anderson deal changed Villa's valuation completely. Thereafter, Arsenal verbally offered £80 million. They were willing to go to 100 max, but the valuation had changed because the Anderson and Tonali deals had dictated the market by this point. Morgan and his family were fully set on Arsenal. Face-to-face meeting with Mikel now reported via May journalists too. That's not, no. He did not have his heart set on Arsenal. Arsenal were an option. He spoke with Xabi Alonso too. You're talking about, he had a face-to-face meeting with Mikel, which I doubt it was face-to-face. I'm guessing he had a video call because he had a video call with Xabi Alonso. Didn't take him long to get that done. Chelsea moved in and he said yes. And the most important thing of all, Chelsea are willing to pay the money. Why are Arsenal not willing to pay the money? You know, Chelsea have to actually calculate what have we got, what are we letting go of, what are we bringing in. We need to actually budget correctly. We ain't got Champions League football. We ain't got European football. Yeah, and some will actually say that's what's actually giving us a little bit of leverage, considering that we are not going to adhere to UEFA FFP for next season. Right? We're adhering to the settlement that we have, but we are not adhering to the FFP. But Arsenal are Premier League winners, making record revenue. You got a monster stadium, Champions League final, guaranteed Champions League football next season. You got everything's in your favour. You don't want to add another 17 mil to get Morgan Rogers at least to be able to compete and try and fight Chelsea for his signature. Arsenal didn't even bother. They saw past 100 and went, no, we're not doing this. What? Why? And then, what is it that we hear today? Barcola, Diomande, none the closer. Why? Penny pinching. Arsenal being hesitant. Just like Manchester United are being hesitant, by the way. Manchester United, who have been linked with Lewis Hall, not gotten that done, penny pinching. And he's leaving Newcastle. Newcastle letting go of everyone. It's like a car boot sale over there. Manu Kone, Roma. Penny pinching. It's a 50 to 70 million pound deal, roughly, around there. Anywhere in between there with a package as a whole. How it's going to be structured, I don't know. But Man United don't want to go near. You got Champions League football. What are these teams waiting for? I don't understand. And Arsenal here surprised me. Man United, having got themselves back into Champions League football and now looking to level up, they've got their own issues in terms of their ownership and their structures. But Arsenal here, I'm actually baffled. Look at the business Tottenham are getting done, which, again, they ain't got Champions League football. They ain't got Europe. That's an example of a team that is not adhering to UEFA FFP. So that is something we need to take into consideration, like I said. But look at the business Tottenham are doing. They're not wasting time. I'm happy to say after 4 years, I actually get to say it looks like my club are not wasting time now. Chelsea, finally, right? It looks like they're getting their acts together. I hope. I want everyone across the line. But Arsenal, you ain't got an excuse. And Arsenal don't need to do big business. People, we get addicted to the transfer window, dopamine and all of this, right? Arsenal, let's be honest about Arsenal. Arsenal do not need major surgery. You just won the league. You got to the final of the Champions League. You need adjustments. That left-hand flank, for sure. Right? You could say as well, a midfielder. Someone else to be able to come in and bolster that midfield. I would say that's it. Everything else, you're good. You're good. You don't need a right winger. You don't need a centre-back. You need a centre-back. You need a centre-back to come in because Saliba's out for 8 to 9 months now. So you need a centre-back. Again, Lacroix, you abandoned it. What, you're telling me Arsenal can't try and fight for Lacroix? I understand Morgan Rogers wanted Chelsea more. I get that. That's his personal preference. But Lacroix? You don't want to go near. Why? Penny pinching. Now you're going after Konsa. Yeah, Konsa could be a good shout. Konsa could be a good shout as a backup. Yeah, that could work. That could work. But nothing's moving. It's taking ages. Do you know what I mean? That left-hand side, that left-hand flank, you're getting rid of Trossard, Martinelli's for sale. Who are you getting in? Because right now, it doesn't look like it's going to be Barcola. It doesn't look like it's going to be Diomande. Liverpool are looking like they're moving a little bit more serious for one of those signatures at least. Crazy. It's crazy. I find it baffling. Premier League champions, Champions League finalists, you got money, record revenue. Get what your team needs to be able to maintain. A Premier League winner needs to always go and get one or two good signings to help keep the level of the squad high, to bolster the squad, to bolster the team. I'll give you an example. Let me give you an example that I can draw back from Chelsea's experience. When we won the league in our first season under Mourinho, right? What did we do in that summer for the following season to win the league again? We got in Essien. That's it. Essien. The following window, we got Ashley Cole, right? But that Essien, well, we had Makalele. Did we need Essien? Later on, we also brought in Ballack. Adjustments. You don't need to get 5, 6 signatures through the door. No. Adjustments. Arsenal right now, you've still got time. But I have to say, the start to this window has been atrocious for Arsenal, whilst other clubs are actually moving. I'm surprised by the champions. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts. Is there something to panic over, Arsenal fans? Let me know. Are you concerned? I've heard like some commentary saying, for example, you know, just pay the money. It's not our money. We'll just pay the money. I get that. I do get that. I think that shouldn't be the way that you approach any deal, because the money that you spend can dictate what you have left in the kitty, can dictate how things are going to be looking for future windows. And when you do need to go and do business and you've spent stupidly, then you're going to look back at that and say, oh my God, why did we do that? I do think that is important to clarify. However, if you really need a player, and that player is the one, and you've got competition, Arsenal have no excuse to go all in to make sure they get that signature over the line. Unless if the player's just like, look, I don't want to. Done. So Arsenal right now, got to get a move on. But like I say, Arsenal fans, let me know. Are you concerned? Are you relaxed? There is still time. Are you banking on that? Or is this not looking good? Let me know down below. I'd love to hear. And I'll catch all of you guys tomorrow for a brand new one. Make sure you guys are here, and I'll catch you then. Go and check out the video from earlier on today I done about Pep Guardiola to Italy as well. And there'll be more transfer videos heading your way. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, people. Subscribe, and peace.